Hi guys, thanks for joining me for today's review of 2025's images. And I'm doing it this year in a little different way. I hope you enjoy it. The images I have for you are not in any particular order. I only ordered them by the capture date. So this first one is an Eurasian white-tailed eagle. I've met him in Norway earlier 2025 when we were on an eagle safari with a fisherman in his tiny boat, and it was a wonderful experience. Water was quite calm, and up to 15 to 20 eagles were in the air at the same time, and it was really amazing to observe them and photograph them. This one is also from Norway in March. It's an Aurora Borealis, and it's shaped like an angel. And the tiny white patch here in this part is the full moon. Unfortunately, the lens modified the shape a little bit because of reflections, and therefore it's not a round shape as it is used to be. This is a halo, also in Norway, and a halo is quite similar to a rainbow, but the diffraction is not done by water drops in the air, but by ice crystals instead. This is a rose-winged parakeet. It's a parrot. It's not native to Germany, but nowadays an increasing population of these birds conquering especially the cities along the River Rhine and connecting rivers. Back in the late 60s, a few of them escaped captivity and were able to survive. And nowadays it's it's considered to be nowadays near to, or most likely to, a native bird. And you can find huge populations in Cologne, in Düsseldorf, and the other big cities along the River Rhine. And they even conquer more and more cities by following the rivers. And especially here in my region, between Cologne and Düsseldorf, there's a huge chemistry plant which is enlightened overnight, and that area is used by this bird to sleep, because owls don't come into the bright area, and the noise is too loud for other birds. But these parrots can sleep over there without any disturbance. So they made the chemistry plant their home for the night. But I was quite lucky to meet this one, leaving the plantain tree and flying towards to me. I'm very happy about this shot. This one is taken in a museum, and it's an art museum, and this room is completely empty besides this huge big window, and it's such a wonderful contrast. And I asked this guy if he allows us to photograph him inside the room, and I consider this a wonderful contrast. The clean clear shape of the room, and outside there is so much life. And the man is a little bit like being lost, and it's a contrast wearing blacks while the whole room is so bright. Here we have two Eurasian sparrowhawks. It's the first time I was able to meet them. I would consider these two birds to be a couple. The bigger one is the female and the smaller one is the male. And I met them in fall in Sweden. They are also native here in Germany, but up to now I wasn't able to see one that close and that clear. A few years ago I saw one in an apple tree, but the twigs were in front of the bird, so it was hard to recognize him in the tree. So I'm very happy about this image, and a few more. That little Goldcrest image is also from Sweden in fall. I was visiting a place that I found online and to be noted as a birding place. I expected a lot of seabirds, and when I arrived I saw one of these small guys. I haven't seen them before in real life. I only knew them from images. And at the beginning it was only one, and I tried to capture it. And when that one escaped after a couple of minutes, I went further in that area, and I saw other photographers in the field photographing something I was unable to see. So I get closer, and finally I saw they were also photographing these little birds. And when looking around more carefully, I saw many of them. Later I came into a discussion with a Swedish photographer, and she told me that that's the only time in the year they are able to photograph them over there, because they are coming all together to feed themselves for a couple of days and then escape to European mainland by crossing the Baltic Sea in big flocks overnight. And when they come back in spring, they vanish at once in the forest. So it's more or less impossible to see them and photograph them. I was quite lucky, and I'm happy about this one. This is also a long time wish for me, seeing a polar fox from close, and it's also from Sweden, and yeah, I like it very much. I saw them a couple of times in Iceland before, but they were always far away, and the few times when they were a little bit closer, I had the wrong lens attached to my camera, so I was unable to photograph them properly. Yeah, this is also from my visit in Iceland this fall. A wonderful aurora from our second night. It was the forecast was quite bad, overcasted sky, and aurora should be there It was forecasted, but the weather conditions were quite bad. So we were very happy when we got a quite big hole in the clouds and were able to see the aurora dancing. This is also from Iceland. These iconic rock needles off the coast of Vik. I love it. It's shortly past sunset. And I guess you also know it, that this is also from Iceland. It was my third trip to Iceland, and the first two ones when I visited the Geysir space, and the sky was overcasted, covered with clouds, and not that nice as it was this time. And I love this one. It was a long time wish for me to have an eruption of Strokkur this way illuminated in front of a crisp blue sky. I hope you liked the presentation and the images. Drop me a comment in the comment box below what you think about it. Do you want to see more of these reviews, more of these little videos? I'm eager to get to know what you think about it. Have a nice day. See you. Bye.